at you from New Jersey, the capital of misery, and a place where metal forgot to die. This is the Here Lies Metal Too Many Notes New Music Review, the only show where we review the metal bands that you've possibly never heard of. Once again, I am Maledictus, and
this is Samantha,
and we shall be your overlords for today and all of eternity. Welcome. What do we have today?
All right, we are talking about Toxik Death, a black and thrash band from Sandnes, Norway, which is a small city outside of Stavanger, Norway, on our travel advisory here. They have been active since 2003, and we are here to talk about their second album, Sepulchral Demons, out on High Roller Records.
Okay.
Let's look at the album.
Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, that's nice.
I could not find that this album was up on Bandcamp, so we are working off the Metal Archives right now. So if you are interested in buying this, I could not find how you could give this band money unless you want to buy their old stuff, which you should be free to. But I'm sorry. Keep an eye out for it. All right. Genre-wise, what Metal Archives call these guys black metal, thrash metal, something like that. I would call this black and thrash, and it's pretty true to form black and thrash if you're familiar with the key elements of that, which is basically, basic thrash metal with some black squealing guitar stuff on top. The vocals on this is kind of a shouty thrash vocal, and most of the riffing is very thrashy, but it's got some black and death metal style tremolos in there as well. Drums, very thrash drums, very classic hollow sounding drums. Slayer, saying Slayer, we're going to say Slayer a lot in this review.
Slayer!
Drums are awesome. Yeah, you like Slayer, you're going to like this album, especially check out the track Malicious Assassin, got some very Slayer vibes on there. Do you agree, Maledictus?
Yeah, this is another borderline thrash death band. I mean, it's one of those borderline bands, very aggressive, right? And I'm hearing a lot of like classic Sepultura in there too. I mean, they're not like super like cutting edge, like they sound like a lot of like old, like mainstream like borderline thrash bands to me. Like they're not like doing anything really out of
very retro style.
Yeah, it's retro style.
Very retro for thrash.
Yeah, it's not nothing groundbreaking here, which is fine. There's a lot of obviously, like I said, there's a lot of Slayer in this as well. A little bit of like German metal too, I feel. But it's aggressive though. So,
it's not as aggressive as Creator.
Yeah, not there, but it's definitely doing that classic sound, and it's not like that extreme. Like they're not just like I said, they're not kicking any doors down. But anyway, so next.
All right. How listenable is this album on the Sonic Terror scale? How terrifying is it? And how is the production? What would you say?
We are in like 2.5 on Sonic Terror. Like I said, like I was saying before, it's not that sonically terrifying. It's not kicking any doors down. It sounds like old thrash that you liked. So, we're not going to really give it like a huge Sonic Terror score, so it's 2.5 on there. And recording value, I'd say it's right in the middle, like 3. It's not awesome, it's not terrible. Not good, not terrible, like they say. Like they said in that movie about the radiation.
Yeah, very middle of the road.
Yeah,
not too dirty, not too clean.
Yeah,
tasteful.
Yeah, right amount of good. I like the recording. It's got a nice warm sound to it. It's not overproduced. It's not underproduced. You can hear everything very clearly. So. It's a pretty standard sound when it comes to classic extreme thrash, like I said. There's nothing complex, confusing, or schizophrenic about these songs. They're kind of easy and relaxing, in the realm of like classic, like sort of extreme thrash.
Relaxing extreme thrash.
Yeah, it's just it's nothing like there's nothing unpredictable. There's nothing like hitting you in the side of the head there. It's like this, it's what these guys are just doing. They're doing that, something that's been done a long time ago, which is fine, which we like because we don't have a Slayer anymore, so a lot of bands are really doing the Slayer worship. Genuinely recreating that classic sound from a bygone era. The recording is kind of a sweet spot in the frequency range, I think. Like I said, that's why we give it a 3. Because it's like, it's kind of like, got those right sounds where they belong. Not in any way overproduced. And it's got a nice organic and natural sound. But seriously, how do they remember all these riffs? It's like there's a A lot of
That's a problem for all thrash
yeah, it's a problem for me.
guitarists.
Yeah, it's a lot of
All right.
it's a problem for me.
But
Anyway.
I mean, I agree that, as a thrash fan, this isn't gonna disturb you. It's not going. It's gonna be very comforting for a thrash fan. But
Yeah.
I would say for your average person, this is some aggressive thrash. It's not like a catchy thrash either. It's definitely going for that Slayer, not very hooky thrash. I would say.
Not crossover.
No, it's definitely not crossover. I would say that like the most catchy this gets, I could note was like the track "Sadistic Sorcery." Very catchy song there because it's got a vocal hook, and "Morbid Divination" has like some very catchy riffs. But otherwise, I would say it's more that just like extremely aggressive, just oppressive thrash. So that's why I wouldn't quite put it into the kind of the pop range or the listenable range. It's in extreme metal. It's still in with an extreme metal, and it's an extreme sound, I would say.
Yeah.
All right.
I wonder if sadistic sorcery is like that's like the brother of the sadistic magician, but it's like the sadistic sorcerer. It's like maybe he's even more powerful.
It's not as
Sadistic
catchy
magician
as sadistic magician.
Sadistic sorcerer.
But
like, that'd be,
sadistic sorcery is fairly catchy. It's probably the catchiest song
There
on
you
here.
go.
Hit single. All right.
the sadistic family of magic. They're catchy people. So anyway, so what about the musicality of the sepulchral demons? Sepulchral. That's a weird word.
I guess that means the sepulcher.
Of the sepulcher. That's that thing in front of the church, right?
It's like a grave.
Oh, it's a grave. There's somebody dead in there? No way.
Yes.
Like in every church? No. So anyway, they are right in the middle of that because, like I said, it's thrash. It's classic extreme thrash. It's not trying to be extremely virtuous. There's not really any guitar or drum virtuosity in this record. There's no guitar masturbation. It's not going crazy. It's really the right amount. It's what you would expect in thrash. Like I said, no doors are being kicked down here. They're playing, like death/thrash. Like death's door thrash, right? And the musicianship is on par with keeping notes and scale diversity at status quo. No groundbreaking things here.
Tasteful.
It's tasteful. They didn't go too far.
Yeah.
Not trying to impress anyone. It's thrash.
Yeah,
It's thrash.
band's very tight. Everyone can clearly play well, but no one's trying to show off.
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's about, the riffs, and the riffs are pretty simple and basic. They're not complicated riffs.
It's working class.
Working class riffs. I think that's something Fenris would say.
Yeah. This is like, it's Fenris music. Fenris probably
This
digs
is Fenris music,
Absolutely.
actually, yes.
There you go.
Okay.
So
fun or focused, how serious are these guys? They are members of the Hallowed Order of European Slayer Thrash Warriors, which kind of on a meta level has to be fun. If you love Slayer this much that you make a band that, sounds a lot like Slayer and you're playing like retro thrash music, you're obviously having fun, but this music is very serious. It sounds serious. So I would say they're not quite having fun. They're a serious band.
anytime you're doing like a retro thing, there's always got to be like a degree of fun in that. But they're when a band is fun, they kind of have a sense of humor about things. Like crossover thrash is always fun. You can't really change
there
that.
was no sense of humor.
Yeah, there's not
that
really
I picked up on here.
Yeah, they're pretty serious about and it's evil thrash. It's kind of evil thrash. It's not,
for sure. It's black and thrash.
So that's usually not fun unless they had like sort of funny tones. Like I guess you could take black and thrash and be funny about it. You could make sort of like funny evil things, almost like a sort of like a retro horror movie like theme. I don't know. You could do that.
I think for like a more fun version of this is Deathstorm, which we reviewed the week 2 weeks prior.
Sure.
They're another Slayer worshipping black and thrash band, but they're a little more. I think they're a little less self-serious. And I'm not saying that to downplay Toxik Death. I think they're pretty awesome. So, but yeah, they're serious in the way that Slayer was serious.
Yeah, Slayer was very serious.
But, very serious about their evil thrash music.
Yeah, so these guys are taking it pretty seriously. We feel. If you're not, comment down below. Not in Norwegian, and I don't know you Norwegians speak English.
I welcome the Norwegian comments. I'll assume it's good.
No, they speak English. I think they normally speak.
I'm sure they do.
Not that I'm being arrogant and saying your language is not worth it. Just
But yeah.
So I can understand.
Lyrical content. It seems to be kind of your standard issue metal lyrics. Flavor evil.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You guys are right down the middle.
Nothing. I didn't pick up anything too offensive happening.
Yeah.
Just like stuff. Malicious assassin, savage knights,
Yeah.
incantation of annihilation.
Yeah, the typical
Metal
names
words.
They're metal words for metal.
Also English second language. So
There's always that. These guys are Norwegian, but decided not to do black metal. But black and thrash, and I think the Norwegians are kind of good at blackening everything.
That's a total Norway thing.
Yeah,
as well.
they're good at blackening everything. You guys have to say black everything. Everything must be black. What's the problem in Norway? Seems like a nice place. Well, it's
it's dark for like 3/4 of the year.
Well, not maybe down all the way down where in Oslo. That's in Norway, right?
I don't know. Yes, that's Norway.
Yeah, I'm a freaking geography expert. Why am I even come on. You're losing your brain.
All right, let's look at the cover art.
So anyway, what do we got here? This is kind of cool. This is like a very retro look. Is this from some famous artist? Who's the artist on this?
The artist is Marcus Schoberg, and I couldn't find anything about him. Okay. So
it looks.
I tried to look him up, but it was all in like Danish or something.
Okay, so he's not really a. I mean, it looks like it has a look to it that,
It's cool. I liked it. Yeah. Cool cover art.
Yeah. It's also, very typical.
Very typical, like the album.
Yeah.
But yes.
It's like, even though they're thrash, they're not going to use an Ed Repka art, because Ed Repka doesn't really do black thrash. He does like fun thrash, Like this is, this has got to look evil. So it works.
Yes. In conclusion,
Pretty
Toxik
well.
Death, Sepulchral Demons. Get your fix of black thrash. Very competent and exciting. And I recommend it.
This scene could totally happen in Skyrim. Like this is all possible.
Are you just reaching to reference Skyrim right here?
All the time.
I don't think they have flying demons in Skyrim.
They're on the vampire add-on. There's a thing like this guy. He's like that vampire boss. Yeah. But yeah, it's all very Skyrimish. No skeleton.
I think that guy in the forefront there is like their mascot because he's on.
So they have a mask. Oh, that's cool.
They might. I feel like if you look at their first album, I think he's on the cover.
Is that the sadistic sorcerer? I think maybe he's the sadistic sorcerer.
I don't know who he is. We need to do more research.
He has a book. He's all about this tome.
I believe
this evil tome.
Their first album was called Speed Metal Hell. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, guys.
You're going to speed metal hell. Are you ready to go to speed metal hell?
We should make sure that's right.
Let's see. We'll just double check that right now. Oh, back to this one. There we go. And Speed Metal Hell.
Speed Metal Hell.
That's full length album. Okay. There you go. So that was a lot of fun. So thank you very much, everyone. This has been another episode of the Here Lies Metal 2 Minute Notes new music review. And it's only new music. Be sure to check out this band's Bandcamp. Check out their Bandcamp, even though their new album's not up on there. And the Metal Archives. Links will be down in the description. And be sure to obliterate that subscribe and like button, right? And if you want to learn more about new bands you've never heard of, hit that ring that bell, and maybe it'll YouTube will tell you when we make a new video. We don't really do anything bad for us to make to be disappeared, so despite not everyone not liking us. And we'll see you next time for another episode of Here Lies Metal 2 Minute Notes new music review. Goodbye and stay metal.